Hello everybody, welcome back to Pap's Train Show. Today I'll be running on the layout two River Rossi big boys. I'll be running the first locomotive I got when I was a kid, HO locomotive. It's an old Tyco Illinois Central Gulf locomotive. It runs pretty good. And then we'll be running an Athearn DD40 that I built. I had to change the cab on it and make it look more like a DD40. And we'll be running two of the Texas Special locomotives that I made from Model Power E units. So let's watch these run. This big boy here is the red box version. Runs nice and quiet. These two locomotives are my Model Power Texas Specials. Now this is my first HO locomotive. Listen how quiet it is. Most of the Tycos are loud and windy. That's an older style big boy. This is an Athearn DD40. That's an AHM BL2 locomotive that I repainted to Union Pacific. Here comes the Super Chief underneath the coaling tower. Those are Model Power E units. Well, it looks like the big boy stopped before it got on the bridge up there. Alright everybody, let's take a look at all the locomotives that we ran today. Alright, here's the River Aussie Red Box Big Boy. It runs pretty good. Nice and quiet, smooth. It's the only red box one I've got. One of my favorite locomotives. Always has been since I was a kid. This is my Model Power Texas Special E units. They're number 2000 on this one. It's got LED headlights. With the corrugated sides down here on the bottom, I had to cut out the old flat panels that were on it originally and add the corrugated paneling in there. So they're pretty quiet. And this is the other locomotive. They're both powered. This is 101. Still got the hook horn couplers. I don't have no passenger cars for this yet, but they both run good, and I quiet them down a bit. There's a plastic like drive shaft coupler in between the motor and the flywheel. I believe that's what it is. They removed that, put a piece of rubber hose in there for the drive shaft, and it quieted down a whole lot. Alright, this is the other big boy I was running. 4014. I renumbered it. Bought this one at a train show a couple years ago. Dirt cheap. They said it had a burnt motor in it. I took it all apart, cleaned it good. Seems to run. So it doesn't run as good as the red box ones. It's a little loud. Don't have much slow speed like a red box one. Runs slower. And as you can see, we're missing a few train cars from earlier. Some of them came unhooked while we were running trains earlier, so I just took them off. Now these are Model Power E units I use for the Super Chief. They run real good. These are great locomotives. They will pull a lot. These are both powered. I don't use too many dummies. I just take two powered ones that run pretty close to each other and run them together. Usually works out pretty good. It'll pull a lot. Then I got all the passenger cars for the Super Chief, which I believe that one, the mail car, is an IHC car, I believe, and the rest of it is all Concord cars. And I still have a few I don't even have on this train we was running today. So. And then we was running this little BL2 AHM locomotive that I repainted a while back, about a year or two ago. Don't believe Union Pacific ever had any, but it looks good, painted Union Pacific. And now we have the Athearn DD40. It's dual motored. The cab has been replaced. That cab is off a DD40, a Bachmann DD40. And it lined up pretty good. Just glued it right together. Put the railings on. Had to make some of the handrails because of the different cab on it. And then painted it, decaled it. It's even, the little light in the top is a yellow flasher. Even put that back in. Tanks on the side. I think Athearn DD40s originally like a DD35 or something. They had that different cab on them, just didn't look right. So I changed it over. And it fits on quite just like it's supposed to, like it was meant to be on there if you do it right. It sits just a tad lower than this piece right here, but still looks great. I added the sun visors. Like I said, the blinking light in the top. And then took the original light out of the cab and put a LED in it. But you can't beat these old Athearn locomotives. They run like tanks. They pull a lot and run forever. And then we finally have this Tyco locomotive. Runs real quiet. It was the first locomotive I got when I was a kid. I've had to replace the railing on it. And I dirtied it up a little bit. And added Kadee couplers to it. But it runs super quiet. Don't have any other ones that run as quiet as this one. I just cleaned it really well and oiled it. And it runs really good and quiet. And then I just built this train car. Indiana, Ohio boxcar. If y'all would, please like and subscribe. That's it for today. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, like the train car says. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.